All 7 members of the Chicago Board of Education are expected to resign.
This as Mayor Johnson continues a campaign to oust CPS CEO Pedro Martinez.
Political reporter Paris Schutz is live outside the district headquarters with details. Paris.
Yeah, Dawn and Scott, it's a shocking turn of events today. All 7 members of the Board of Education are going to resign. This as CPS CEO Pedro Martinez still has his job and amid tense contract negotiations with the very powerful Chicago Teachers Union.
Did you or did you not ask Pedro Martinez to resign?
I find it to be highly offensive, irresponsible, and raggedy, and I don't do raggedy. I'm going to fight for public education in this city. I was elected to fight for the people of this city, and whoever's in the way of that, get out of it.
What's going on, guys? We got to talk about this bombshell story out here in woke behind Chicago, Illinois. Okay, so this place is going through hell in a handbasket, and it has been for a while. Going back a couple months, I used to post these videos about Brandon Johnson, the mayor out there. So they went from Beetlejuice, shout out to Beetlejuice, a movie that just came out, like a sequel for that. And now you got, they went from Beetlejuice, now you got Brandon Johnson, who you never thought that you could get worse than Lori Lightfoot, aka Beetlejuice. But now you got Brandon Johnson with his stupid little mohawk haircut. Who knows how much that's costing him to maintain. But this guy has been a complete train wreck and a disaster for Chicago because he is overly prioritized illegal migrants. And whenever anybody tries to criticize him, he wants to bring up Republicans and Jim Crow and white supremacy. Like, this guy is a complete con artist.
We come in a community of black people where we already get the low scraps. And then you want to take the little scrap, the resources that we have, and put us at the bottom of the barrel? That's not fair, and I won't have it.
I want Mayor Brandon Johnson to understand that you're selling us out for people who can't vote for you.
But the South Side has been under-resourced, underfunded for years, for decades.
The city has abandoned its Invest Southwest initiative, a Lightfoot-era program that was dedicated to reversing decades of disinvestment on Chicago's South and West sides, promising to align more than $2.2 billion through public and private funding.
How can you come into a community and dump people in our community like this? This is not fair.
Nobody asked us, nobody told us. We have more than a few thousand people who signed a signature here who said no. We said no.
For the extremism in this country to use people as political tools to settle political scores for something that happened 400 years ago. They're still mad that a black man is free in this country.
Fool, slap yourself 3 times. Oh, try to do it.
And he is once again getting over because, as you can tell by this intro, title, thumbnail, etc., this guy has essentially forced out his entire Chicago school board. This is entirely contingent upon the Chicago Teachers Union basically going to war with the Chicago public school system. And these people have been duking it out for a long time. The teachers union, I don't like these teachers unions. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I'm not necessarily anti-union, but I'm against teachers unions because even though I know teachers ain't always did right, I know that the teachers unions inevitably amount to everything being about the teachers and not about the students. So that's kind of where I draw the line. Like, I don't really trust a lot of these teachers to really do right by the students as opposed to making sure that they are good. And in my opinion, there is a definite conflict of interest there. Shout out to any of the teachers out there, but I don't mess with teachers unions. Now I'm going to play a clip here where they talk about this in a little bit greater detail. Take a look.
Dawn and Scott, it's a shocking turn of events today. All 7 members of the Board of Education are going to resign. This as CPS CEO Pedro Martinez still has his job and amid tense contract negotiations with the very powerful Chicago Teachers Union. Now, sources who have spoken to the board members say they are leaving because of what they're calling a relentless pressure campaign from the mayor and CTU to fire Pedro Martinez for cause. Mind you, this is happening as early voting for the next school board elections begin, and 3 months before that new 21-member hybrid elected appointed school board takes place. But the mayor today, in a joint statement with the board, is framing today's house cleaning as, quote, a transition to a new board. In a statement saying, quote, with the unprecedented increase in board membership, transitioning new members now will allow them time to orient and gain critical experience prior to welcoming additional elected and appointed members in 2025. So let's fill you all in on this extraordinary chain of events here. So CTU asked for 9% raises and no layoffs. They can't come to an agreement. The school board passes a budget without a high-interest loan that CTU and the mayor are seeking. The mayor tells Pedro Martinez to resign. Martinez refuses and writes an editorial explaining why he refuses. The Board of Education then declines to fire Martinez, and then today, the Board of Education resigns. Now, we spoke to a pair of aldermen that called the mayor's explanation for all this lacking any credulity, and that today's maneuverings are, quote, a shocking case of dysfunction.
For the Board of Ed to be forced out because they're unwilling to fire the CEO who's being fiscally responsible, it's a shocking turn of events right in the middle of a contract negotiation. I mean, this is the third largest school district in America, and we need to provide steady leadership, and this throws a wrench in all of that.
I've never, ever in my 25 years in public office have seen any type of dysfunction, disorganization as you are seeing right now today. I really believe that they're going to try to appoint basically a rubber stamp board of his CTU colleagues and friends in order to give CTU everything that they want before this board takes effect.
It is not known if Johnson forced the resignations or if the board voluntarily stepped down. Either way, the mayor and the board came out with a joint statement setting the stage for Mayor Johnson to do exactly what he wants, which is getting rid of Pedro Martinez.
For years, we've heard the far left of Chicago scream about elected school board, elected school board. Now they're getting an elected school board, and yet they want to take it over in a last-minute coup and appoint people. That's wrong.
The mayor turned on Martinez after he and the school board refused to take out a short-term, high-interest loan to pay for a new teacher's contract and pension payments that CPS shifted to the city.
Now, the funny thing here is that Brandon Johnson has denied this entire thing. Imagine your whole freaking staff dropping, and now you got this whole situation where they're going to come in and, I guess, be his little, puppets. But the thing is, he appointed the first group. So now he's going to appoint another group that's also going to do his bidding. But then if they go against him again, then it's just going to be another resignation again. So this guy is a complete and total dictator and dictatorial communist, even though he's previously denied asking for his CEO to resign. He basically admits it in this video. He does a little bit of gaslighting at first, but effectively he admits it based on speaking so many words into it. Well, if you don't do what I say is my agenda, then I mean, you're against the people. Like, this guy is a nutcase.
Good afternoon, Mayor.
Good afternoon.
The other day I asked you about asking Pedro Martinez to resign, and you answered saying you didn't ask anybody to do anything. Did you or did you not ask Pedro Martinez to resign?
Here's what I've asked. And this is what I was asked to do when I ran for office, was to make a commitment to transforming our public schools. And that's what I'm going to do. As a parent, the people of Chicago voted for one of their own. Someone who actually sends their kids to public schools, someone who's actually taught in our public schools. Now, as you know, I don't ever discuss personnel issues. I find it to be highly offensive, irresponsible, and raggedy, and I don't do raggedy.
6.5 hours later.
But of course, I was elected to fight for the families who send their kids to public schools, just like I do. All right?
You still didn't answer the question. Did you or did you not ask Pedro Martinez to resign?
As I said, I don't discuss personnel issues. I don't do that. It's irresponsible. But I can tell you this, though, for sure, that the people of Chicago expect me to fight for families. And that's what I'm going to do. And here's why that's important. Everybody knows that my son is a Bronco. But do you know why?
2,000 years later.
I was elected to fight for the people of this city. And whoever's in the way of that, get out of it.
This is a classic example of you get what you vote for, guys. This is one of the reasons why I don't stand behind cackling Kamala. Like, you can't, some people, you know how many people that I've heard and know in real life and, of course, all over the internet who want to support Kamala Harris because they think she's black and no other reason. They don't care nothing about no policy, no personal impact to their life. They're just like, screw it. Let's just try it out. I'm like, what the hell? We're not about to just be trying anybody out. Like, this is a big job. It's the biggest job that there is. It's the biggest job on the planet. And you just want to just freaking, you don't even want to taste this? Yeah, we've already had a test. Look, that definitely sounded wrong. But we don't want an additional test. We already have tested her out. She was a disaster in California, has been a disaster senator, vice president. Why the hell do we need additional testing? We know she sucks already. And so does Brandon Johnson. These people are not good people. Just because they got Democrat and they got a D behind their name and they say that they're Democrat, they say they're for the people of color, the LGBTQ, all these people, it doesn't mean that it's actually true, because they always take actions that are opposite of what they claim. This guy is going through all of this trouble, presumably primarily over wanting to spend a hella ton of money, get a big ass loan, and cause more financial turmoil for the city. And the CEO is like, wait a minute, I don't know if I like this idea. But Brandon Johnson is such a radical. He done got a bunch of people terminated from their position. He THANOS snapped their ass out of their positions, screwing them over because he wants to pass his radical agenda. This is who we're dealing with, guys. And to be honest with you, it would not surprise me that once he gets the money, he just allocates it however he wants. It's probably going to be for more illegal migrants. If you want to keep it a buck, it's probably going to be for more illegal migrants and paying for more stuff for them, because that's how Brandon Johnson rolls. Like, when is their next election? They need to get this guy the hell up out of there, but they're probably just going to vote in some other radical left Democrat because these people are dumb. I'm sorry, these people are stupid. They're not smart, and inevitably you get what you pay for. Okay, it's time to maybe start considering voting in some Republicans, because these people are a bunch of con artists. They're corrupt, they're communists, they're dictatorial. Okay, this is what true fascism looks like. It looks crazy, authoritarianism, whatever the hell verb you want to call it, for those who want to get into the semantics of it. These people are corrupt as hell, and this is not a good look for Chicago. There's always something going on in Chicago. Why the hell is there drama in Chicago every damn time I turn on the internet? I'm looking at stories. I'm getting my phone blowing up. I'm getting all these pop-ups all over my screen talking about, oh, more trouble in Chicago. It's like, damn, Brandon, calm this damn place down. Get it together, or you're fired. He already need to be fired. Too late. There's nothing else he could do. He might, you know what? Screw it. Just cause as much chaos and carnage as you want, because you fired anyway. The next person hopefully ain't as bad as you, but I already know they're going to hire some radical left Democrats, so who the hell knows? I guess they're fucked. Anyway, guys, so let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
They're still mad that a black man is free in this country.